Hello everyone and welcome to Sewer University. We're going to talk today about the history of sewers and clean water in Northeast Ohio, specifically the greater Cleveland area. I am Frank Greenland. I'm the Director of Watershed Programs. This presentation is available on our website at neosd.org/seweru. And the reason I'm here to talk to you today and the reason the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District exists is because of images like this. This is the 1952 fire along the Cuyahoga River, one of the largest, that started to grab some national attention. This is a photo of an individual dipping his hand in the Cuyahoga River, and as you can see, it's drenched with oil and the river's full of debris. This is the fire that caught national attention, actually the smallest fire along the Cuyahoga River, and the Cuyahoga River burned 13 times over a 100-year period. This was one of the smallest, but because of issues in the nation back then and an emerging environmental movement, this photo caught national attention and got on the cover of Time magazine and eventually led to an environmental movement that created a Clean Water Act, an EPA, and eventually the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. So these are the topics. We're going to talk about a little bit about the sewer district, who we are, what we do. We'll talk about the urban water cycle, how water cycles through the region, not just wastewater. We take water out of Lake Erie for drinking water purposes. You use it, we treat it, and send it back. So we'll talk about that cycle. I'll get into detail. Sewer System 101 is how sewers evolved in our service area across the greater Cleveland area. We'll switch then to, once the sewage is collected from homes and industry, what happens at a treatment plant before that sewage is discharged to Lake Erie or the Cuyahoga River. And at the tail end of the presentation, we're going to talk about issues, challenges, and solutions. Other factors that are impacting water quality in the urban stream network we have and Lake Erie, and some of the emerging challenges along the lakefront and some potential solutions. The Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District was created in 1972. At that time, it was named the Cleveland Regional Sewer District. And it was created by court order in large part because of large regional issues between suburban communities and the city of Cleveland, issues at treatment plants, burning rivers, broad regional issues that a court determined needed to be solved by the creation of a regional entity that can span community borders. So we serve today all or parts of 62 communities. Over 1 million customers, approximately 1 million customers in our service area flush their toilet to our treatment plants. And we treat over 90 billion gallons of wastewater each year at our 3 treatment plants. The court gave us 4 key responsibilities. Wastewater treatment plant operations, so that's our easterly, southerly, westerly treatment plants. Those are the 3 largest treatment plants that serve Northeast Ohio, and you'll see some snippets about those treatment plants. We also took on what's called interceptor sewers, both combined and separate interceptors. When the court created us, we were willed about 110 miles. We've built a couple hundred more miles of interceptors. Interceptors are the highways of the sewage system. They express flow that comes out of the neighborhoods to our treatment plant. Local communities own, operate, maintain their own local network, and you'll see a graphic on that as well. The third responsibility was combined sewer overflow control, and you'll learn about combined sewers, what they are and why they overflow and what the district's doing about the overflow. We took over combined sewer overflow control responsibility. That's a $3 billion program going forward. The fourth is regional stormwater management, and we're talking about our stream networks where there are water quality issues, erosion and flooding is occurring. The district has recently implemented a program to tackle that issue as well. These are the 3 treatment plants. Westerly to the left, our smallest plant sits adjacent to Edgewater State Park. In the middle is Southerly. Southerly sits down in the valley, Grant Avenue area, Canal Road area, services more than half of our service area. So at least 500,000 people are flushing their toilets to that plant. To the right is the easterly plant that sits at East 140th and Lakeshore Boulevard. Important to note the 2 westerly and easterly discharge to Lake Erie. Once we treat the flow, that treated wastewater flow goes back to Lake Erie. In the middle, southerly, its treated flow goes to the Cuyahoga River. This is a quick depiction of our service area. So you can see that we don't cover all of Cuyahoga County, but we cover a large swath of Cuyahoga County We do stretch into northern Summit County. We touch Lorain County and Columbia Township, and a couple parcels in Lake County and Willoughby Hills. But there's a lot of Cuyahoga County communities. This graphic is color-coded. The tan, brown colors are areas served by newer sewer systems. They're called separate sewer systems. So that means there's two sewers. A sanitary sewer takes wastewater from your home, and a storm sewer collects stormwater and routes that to a stream. In the yellow gold areas, that's the combined sewer area. City of Cleveland and a couple inner ring suburbs. Combined sewer is one sewer. The oldest sewers in the nation, the oldest sewers in Greater Cleveland, and we're going to talk extensively about those. And you can see the routes of the interceptors. Those are blue lines on the graphic. Since our creation in '72, and the number is well above 4 billion. It continues to grow as we implement our combined sewer overflow control efforts, but over 4 billion has been invested in environmental enhancements in our region, and those investments covered treatment plant expansion, interceptor and relief sewer construction to solve problems in our communities, basement flooding, overflows from sewer systems. Major investment, $3 billion going forward, is on combined sewer overflow control, and a whole host of other environmental upgrades totaled to well in excess of $4 billion. So now I'm going to switch really quickly to the urban, what I'll call the urban water cycle. And it's not that hard to understand, but I want to make sure that we got a very clear understanding of how this water cycles around the region and how it impacts water quality. We pull water, Cleveland Water. City of Cleveland has a division of water that pulls water from Lake Erie, treats it, and sends it to you for potable, for drinking water purposes. You use it for whatever you use it at home. And industry uses it. So most of the customers of the district receive Cleveland Water. You use it. You wash dishes, you flush toilets, you send it to the sewer system, and it comes to us. So it comes to us as wastewater, and it comes to one of our 3 treatment plants. Our job is to clean up that waste water so that we can discharge it back to the area waterways, either the Cuyahoga River or Lake Erie, at a level that is safe for the aquatic community, fish and bugs, and safe for you in terms of recreation. So we do the wastewater and send that water back. So that's the loop. Cleveland Water treats water, sends it to you. Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District takes that treated wastewater. Once you flush it down the toilet, we clean it up and send it back to the waterway. So it continually cycles around. So I just wanted to make sure we understood how water cycles through the region. That's Sewer University.